Gen Z modesty, no. No, I'm not falling for it. I'm getting drunk, I'm wearing mini skirts, going to the club, staying out till 4 a.m. Maybe I'll have a cigarette. I don't know.
Women who make modesty content are some of the biggest pick-me's and are extremely misogynistic, whether they realize it or not, okay?
Think of all the women that fought to wear swimsuits. Think about the miniskirt protest. It is your responsibility to be hot.
So these people who give these internet think pieces about like, oh, dressing modest, is because they don't know how to be sexy. I said it.
It's crazy how in today's world, a woman can wear less and be called empowered. But if she covers up, suddenly she's a pick-me. Like, when did confidence start needing validation from skin? Lately, it feels like just existing as a modest woman online is enough to make people mad. You wear a turtleneck? Pick me. You say you prefer a soft lifestyle? Pick me. You talk about faith? Definitely pick me. I've been watching this play out on TikTok for weeks, but I'll be honest with you. As a Christian, I don't think modest women are being hated on. Well, not exactly.
Why is it women who cover, it's an issue? But when a woman walks out with their butt out, their boobs out, their stomach out, or whatever the case may be, it's fine.
So here's what I think. Modest women rarely get hate for being modest. Like, no one is walking up to you on a random morning to start drama just because you covered up that day. It becomes a problem when modesty turns into a competition. When women start boasting about it or implying that other women are less worthy because they don't dress the same way. The criticism isn't usually about modesty itself. It's about the pride and self-righteousness that hides behind it.
To me, I am a modest woman. I keep it. I'm better than all the other women who are showing their ass. I'm better than all the women that are expressing themselves truly. Why are you so loud about being so-called modest? Who is it really for? You think it makes you a better woman.
And I kind of see where these women are coming from. Because bragging about how modest you are or making others feel ugly for not dressing like you defeats the entire purpose of your modesty. And that's because modesty means more than just covering your body. It's about humility, kindness, gentleness, the fruits of the Spirit. True modesty comes from spending more time with God, not from trying to appear as a good person or more righteous than others. So yeah, there is some correlation between modesty and being a good person, but not always. Because thieves don't rob people naked, and murderers don't kill naked either. So clearly, dressing modestly doesn't automatically make you morally superior. The real question is, where is your modesty stemming from?
Man, I don't know what it is, but dressing modestly, my sister, it just hits different.
I had a question. When did modesty become weird?
But still, you can't deny that modesty feels different today. In a world where skimpy clothing is everywhere, covering up feels rebellious, like standing up to a system that profits off overexposure. It feels unique, and who doesn't want to stand out? We see stuff like this played out all throughout history. But instead of being praised for that confidence, some modest women get labeled pick-me's. They are told that they are doing it for attention or male approval.
Anything that they feel like a man will like and another woman possess that they don't, they will try to villainize you.
I have come to realize that a lot of women that practice modesty are so male-centered. I said it, yes. Nobody is more male-centered than a woman who practices modesty.
Maybe that's true for some, but we have to remember that empowerment looks different on everyone. For some women, confidence means showing skin, and for others, it means not needing to. You can't fight for freedom of expression and the freedom to wear whatever you want, and then shame women for choosing modesty. That defeats the entire point. Now let's circle back. Are modest women seeking male validation? It might be the case for some of them, just like any choice can be. For the Christian woman, her modesty should stem from one place: love for God, and in subsequent love for others. But we can't act like modest women are always the victims here. A lot of the backlash comes from the way some of them rebuke others, harshly and without grace.
If you truly love to be modest, like that makes you confident, that makes you feel the most powerful, sexy, happiest, then do that. But don't shun other women for how they choose to dress and then project this idea that they don't deserve respect, they don't deserve kindness, they don't deserve a husband, they don't deserve anything because they don't want to dress the way you do.
I'm really happy that you went through this journey of fashion and found your fashion sense and realized that it was modesty and it makes you feel good because you look good. I'm glad you worked on that, but when are you going to work on your nasty energy? When are you going to work on your attitude and how you speak to people? Are you ever going to learn to talk to people with respect on disagreements? Because if your real goal was to get more women to dress more like you, to dress more modest, do you think addressing them like that is going to work? Do you think degrading them, belittling them, acting very disgusted towards them, calling them what you call them, do you think that's what's going to get them? Oh my goodness, yeah. She's totally right. I want to dress more modest.
Modesty culture has gotten so out of hand. Like, it's actually comparable to like cancel culture with the way that correction is handled and constantly just jumping on any opportunity to correct someone on their modesty, when really the true heart behind that is revealed in that you have an immodest and a prideful heart posture.
Harshly rebuking someone for their clothing, again, utterly defeats the concept of your own modesty, which should include humility and a gentle heart posture. True modesty doesn't condemn. True modesty means knowing how to correct with grace and kindness.
Modest girl will always be more attractive and more beautiful than someone that's or wears inappropriate clothes.
Now, when the correction of a woman's modesty comes from a man, that's a whole other can of worms. Because let's be honest, modesty has often been weaponized against women. Women are blamed for being immodest while men aren't even part of the conversation. Have you ever heard someone say a man is immodest? Exactly. This is where the argument that it's a form of control comes from. But in today's world, modesty has become a choice, not a cage. The women who are dressing modestly are choosing to do so. So how is it control? But that's not the only way modesty is said to be weaponized against women.
Modesty is a form of protection, in case you didn't know this. A woman fighting to not be modest, that's a problem.
With the rise of culture, some people say modesty is for protection. And I agree to an extent. Does being covered up make you invulnerable to harm? There are countless stories of women who were assaulted despite being fully dressed. So no, modesty doesn't guarantee safety. You could be covered head to toe and danger is still real. Women should not be responsible for a man's behavior. The goal is training men to control themselves and holding them accountable for their actions.
I personally think it's a product of purity culture that's meant to keep women small. And also, our clothes are not the problem. The way we dress is not the problem. It's the way that men think and the way that men view women. So maybe instead of policing what women wear, maybe focus on the way that men treat women.
But that also doesn't mean you should walk around half naked because it's your right. Freedom comes with wisdom. Just like how you still wear a seatbelt even though you are not planning to crash, you dress with discernment, not fear. Some of us make a conscious effort to dress decently because it pleases God. Others simply grow closer to God and find themselves naturally drawn to modesty. It's not forced, it's transformation. Because no one really talks about the spiritual and physical glow up you get when you spend time with God. So maybe modesty isn't about validation or control. Maybe it's about intention, the heart behind it. The kind of modesty that shines is the kind that comes from within.